Hi, this is the video of Blaze Mark 1 number 593. So here it is with its cover up. You can see the cover's in reasonably good condition. There seems to be a strap missing from the front just over the bow there, but it covers the boat well. It's generally speaking in very good condition. All the straps are in very good condition. A little bit dirty, but then that's because it's been protecting the boat. Come around the back. You can see it's all rather nice and sitting cleanly. So I'm going to take the cover off and we'll have a look at what's underneath. So now we've got the cover off, you can see the boat a little bit more clearly. There's a little bit of sort of UV wearing on the paint, on the red just at the base down there that you can see. The hull itself though is in not bad condition. There's a few scrapes and scratches here and there. As I'll see when I get the sails out, you'll see that the hull's in very good condition. I found it to be really airtight. I know that because there's no hatch in the boat, which there sometimes is at the forward end. So on a hot day, the air inside it's really warm. Put the plug in at the back, go sailing, and when you take the plug out at the back, there's a very satisfying suck as it draws air into itself as it's the air inside is contracted due to the cold water. So the beams, they're okay. So some of the work I've done on this boat, I had to do quite a bit when I got it, was I took all the these beam tubes off and sorted out the mountings underneath and bedded them and put them back. They're now really nice and solid. I did the same for the pintles here. So these pintles here, that one's new, and basically just took them off, basically tied it up underneath and re-screwed them in. There wasn't too much wrong with the mountings at all. It was this was a bit of wearing on the actual whatever it is, pivot there, and so I renewed those so they're nice and clear. So you can see it comes with two sails, one really nice north sail which has been very little used, and then it's got an old Sobstad sail which still use occasionally. In light winds I can get a bit more of a better shape from it. I find I'm quite fast with that in light winds. The north sail better for sort of heavier winds. The rudder again has an extendable battle stick on it, which to be honest doesn't extend very much. But it's at a length which is more than suitable and allows you to tack the boat easily and control the boat from up on the racks. It's got a sort of cover, and if you look at it, like most fairly older rudders, it's in not bad nick. There's a couple of nicks on the back of the rudder itself. The uphaul and downhaul on it work beautifully, so it's easy to keep it out of the way when you're sailing into the beach or sailing out of the harbour or whatever it is, and that works nicely. Other things I've done, I've sort of sorted out a lot of the rigging here at the bottom and put in elastic to sort of keep them out the way generally. It's not a continuous system, but it's a system that generally works pretty well, I think, within the bounds of the sailing that I do. You might want to change it. You can also see, actually I'm going to take everything out of the boat for a second, and then I'm going to put the racks out and show you that, and then I'll show you the rest. Okay, so I put the racks out and they come out pretty smoothly. A little bit tight on the port one at the back here. I put all the pins on elastic so that they are easily retained. The only thing is there's one pin that's been replaced with a bolt there, but it works perfectly well. The other thing that I would change if I was keeping the boat is I would get some longer trampolines. They're just a pain in the ass when you're going upwind at the moment, but that's what you suffer with on Mark 1s, but you can get extendable trampolines if you want. There's a slight hole in the trampoline here, doesn't affect its use though. The boat is really clean, hull is really clean inside, you can see that hopefully from this video. The daggerboard's great, you can see the trailing edge there is really very clean indeed. Sorry, centerboard, not daggerboard, and it's the same underneath as well. It's really nice. I put a new what's the word? put a new mask underneath. I can't remember the name of it, but you know, the piece of plastic that just keeps it faired in underneath. So that's all good. The rigging itself is fine. The mast and the boom are all aluminium. The only thing I haven't changed is this halyard, which quite frankly would be probably next on my list. And but the rest of it is fine. New main sheet, the block's great, the ratchet works well in it. It's a, you know, it's a tidy boat. I really don't think there's much wrong with it. The trailer is the worst bit of it. I can show you that from there. You can see that it's fairly rusty. I've wrapped some rather badly insulation over the trailer just to keep the hull nice. But the trailer is quite rusty. I don't know if you can see that down underneath there. You can probably see that there's quite a lot of corrosion on the cross armour there, but it works. It's just going to need replacing at some point. In terms of the rigging itself is all fine. Mast is pretty true. If I just run the camera up the mast, you should be able to see that's pretty damn straight, and obviously functions as it should. The mast foot, pretty much the same. You can play around with that a little bit. I leave it there at the moment. That's kind of where the recommendations are for the online recommendations for setting up the rig. It's got this tensioner here. You just let that off, and just keeps the rig slack while it's at harbour, and then just put it back on before you go out. So that's the rig tensioner. So yeah, not a lot else to say apart from that. You've got pictures of the sail up, so you know what that's like. I was tempted to go for a sail tonight just to show, but I'm looking out there at the moment and there's almost no wind whatsoever, and so probably going to give it a miss. But that's the boat itself. As I say, it comes with the two sails. You've got a really nice north sail. You've got the old Sobstad sail, which is quite old but still functional, just a bit tired, that's all. The centreboard all works beautifully. The up and down very smooth. Main is very smooth. I've rerun the kicker and that works nicely now. Obviously none of this is single line, continuous line. It's all one on both sides, but as I say, generally speaking, that doesn't really matter at all. I just tied on another block here for the downhaul on the main, just so that you can get a bit more purchase and control over it. So that's pretty much it. A tidy Mark 1, I would say. As I say, when I got it, it needed a bit of work. It hadn't been, but it's now very solid and a very nice boat. The only reason I am selling it is because unfortunately there's not really very many Blazers here at all. In fact, everyone sails K1s, Phantoms, 700s and 800s. So I bought myself a Phantom, which is sat over there at the moment with the sail on it, the yellow sail, just so that I've got people to sail against. Anything else I would do if I kept this boat? The one thing I do need to change, actually, which I'll try and do, is this shackle here. It's not quite wide enough. Just needs to be a little bit wider. It works, but it's just not very satisfactory for doing the back of the sail. The other thing you can do, which I had before, was just tie the clew of the sail to it. But I put the shackle on there for ease of use. Just needs to be a little bit wider, if I'm honest. Everything else, yeah, the only other thing I would change is the way I've mounted the toe loops. I find it quite hard to get my toes under with it like that. I need to put the elastic to the centre to give me a bit more room to get my feet under when I'm trying to get out. But it looks nice and tidy, but it's just not that functional. It's a very easy job to do though. Yeah, that's probably it really. It all works and it's all good. So, you're welcome to come and have a look at it. We'll take it as seen. That's it. So that's number 593. Thank you.